Great, I'm ready.
Okay.
For this project around Frederick the Great, I looked to have as wide as possible a selection of composers who were, beyond himself, of course, there writing music for him at the court. So the concertos by the most virtuosic composers, such as Joachim Quantz, or Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach, or Franz Benda, but also his sister Amalia von Preußen, or Agricola in the chamber music. These different concertos have very different spirits. Also, they all are very different people. For instance, Frederick the Great, himself being the king, writes in a very different way than all the other composers who were serving him, in a way. And there's a certain weight and calm thing about the king that the courtesans do not have. All the courtesans try much harder, of course. My dream team is actually here with Trevor Pinnock with the Kammerakademie Potsdam. These really are people with whom I love to perform, and I think we get to the spirit of this music very quickly together. Well, Frederick the Great has had this call when he was a child that he had to play the flute. I asked my parents when I was the age of 5 years old, out of the blue, without knowing anything about music or about flute before, and having a choice of instruments and being confronted with this for the first time. I said, I want to play the flute, I want to play the Mozart concerto. So I can really feel this kind of calling and strong, impulsive feeling, and I can very well imagine that Frederick the Great was certainly not in agreement with the principles of his father and was rebelling against it, and probably the most silent way of rebelling against this was expressing himself throughout an instrument, throughout the music, and that was the flute.